In this video I'll just give you a very brief introduction about the Pontic Lyra. It's also called the Pontic Lyra, a Kemenche. It's played by people in Turkey, in the northeast of Turkey in particular, and people in Greece who have originated from Pontus. Even Armenians play it, probably other ethnicities play it as well. But this one's in particular a Greek instrument, so the Greeks make it a little bit different to the Turkish Kemenche. It's a lot deeper, not so much wider, but the Greeks do add more sound holes to their instrument. Basically, the Pontic Lyra has a peg box which is teardrop shaped. There's 3 pegs. They're loaded from the top, and that's the bottom, and you'll see that the way that they're strung around. They're fed through, you have to restring a lyra. They're fed through, you place it through the tail, through here, and then it goes through the close to the peg box. Here you should see 3 holes, and they come out the other end, and then you wind them on. There's usually a little hole for you to put the cord through, and then you start winding it. Just do it carefully. I might put another video up for that. So basically 3 pegs. You've got the fingerboard, which is made of hardwood. It's either ebony, or this one's Indian rosewood, or wengi is often used. So it's very solid, so that when you do play lower, when you come down lower, you don't come down very often. You don't get much of a bending, so you don't hit the soundboard. That's why it's made of hardwood. This is the bridge. In Greek, or Pontic Greek, it's called a donkey because it looks like a donkey's saddle. That will have a slight curve to it because you can't be a flat surface there, so it has to be a slight angle on each side, so that when you play the lyra, you can play just 2 chords at a time. If it was flat, you'd be playing the 3, which we don't want. There's a sound post inside right there. You can see a little, like a matchstick, that holds the soundboard. Not only holds it up, but it also transfers the vibration of the cord through the bridge, through the soundboard, through the body of the instrument, and that's how you get the sound. It's a vibration of the chords. If that sound post is not there, you will not get any sound at all out of your instrument. So that is the soul of the whole instrument. So if that has fallen, so either through transport or you've knocked it, usually sideways, you might knock it and it might come loose. If you shake the instrument, apart from it not being able to, apart from not hearing anything, you'll hear it inside just floating around, and you'll need to remove that carefully and replace it. It's not glued in like a violin, so it can dislodge, especially if you've undone or taken the tension off the strings for some reason. It's good to have a little bit of tension on the strings when you're not playing the instrument, but sometimes when you untension it, it can come loose. Basically, then we've got the tailpiece, which is tied to the body of the instrument. As I said, the soundboard is made of spruce, which is a type of pine. It's either Sitka, Caucasian spruce. There's other types of spruce. Sitka is hard to get now because the trees take 800 years to grow, and apparently they've all been exhausted. So a lot of people are using Caucasus spruce. It doesn't really matter. The body is made of hardwood, usually plum, apricot, walnut. Anything that's very dense is made. Although a lot of different people use a lot of different types of wood to make them nowadays. The strings or chords, up to now I've been using one plain setup. You can see here, you can almost see here, there's these 2 here. So before I go into that, there's the 3 strings. The high pitched chord is that one, the middle is that one, and the low pitched, which is a thick, both of these two are violin A strings, by the way, just tuned to different tunings. Basically, these two here, the gapan, and the middle one, as I said, a violin A, and the zil is a guitar 13 or 14. Now that's my general setup, but nowadays you have different types of instruments, and a lot of people are using different types of strings. So there's three types of Greek instruments that you may become familiar with. There's a zil Kemenche, there's a zilo gapano, and a gapan. So basically a zil is usually a very skinny instrument. It's long and skinny, plays a very high-pitched tone. If you've got one of those, you will need different strings. I can't list them right now. I may do it in a later video. The zilo gapano is a wider, probably the more common instrument. If you've got one of those, again, you'd probably be okay with this type of setup, two violin A and a guitar 14. But then you've got the gapan, which is like this one. So this one's a very deep sounding, it's called a gapan. Now this one, even though I've got this set up with the same setup, two violin A's and a 14, you can now get thicker strings, different gauge, and I might start looking into that and make a video later on. But at this stage you'll be fine on two violins and a 14. The Kemenche is placed between your closed legs, resting between your legs. Do not put the Kemenche between your legs. Do not put any sideways pressure on the instrument. It needs to rest on top of your legs to be able, and it needs to be able to swivel. Okay. The way we hold it is we just basically let the instrument hang between our thumb and the index finger, and we play it like so, and then we basically just rest it between our legs. Some people play the instrument standing up as well, and that's a different kettle of fish. The bow is, I use a violin type of bow which has been converted. It will have a leather grip on it regardless. You place 3 fingers between the leather grip and the top of the bow. You put your index finger on top and you place your thumb about there, and it's played like that. So we put it between our legs, sorry, on top of our closed legs, and we try not to use our elbows when we're playing. We don't do this. The elbow tends to be in one spot, and probably use a little bit of elbow movement, but it's more so in the wrist. So, and the faster the tune goes, the shorter movement back and forth of the amount of hair that we use on touching the instrument. So depending on the type of tune you're playing. Basically that's a general introduction. There's a lot of playing single chords, so there's a lot of double diplochordias, so double playing one finger on 2 strings. You get a lot of that sound. The single sound is one finger on 1 string. Now there's drones, so where you put 1 finger on 1 string and play another string that's doesn't have any fingers on it. So that's a drone, which is quite unique to the instrument. But basically that, I think, should give you a general introduction to the Pontic and Lyra. If I think of anything else, I will post another video. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thanks.